My name is Selma van de Perre, born in June, the 7th of June, 1922, in Amsterdam, Holland, the Netherlands. And the war had broken out in May, 5th of May, 1940. We had German parachutists coming down in Amsterdam and the German army entering Holland. And they fought for 4 days, and then Holland capitulated. And that was heel erg. That was very bad, of course, very, very bad, yes. That's when we started feeling it, yes. And very nervous. Oh, yeah, my father had his call-up. And the Jewish council had said, and the rumors as well, that if the man goes to work, wife and children will be free. So my father went. And he went to the work camp in Drenthe. And the same evening they were sent on to Westerbork, which was the Durchgangslager for...
which was a transit
And
camp.
that same evening I could hear all the heavy boots of the soldiers and the police, German and Dutch, fetching people out of their house. Terrible, terrible, all that noise, screaming.
Where were you at the time?
We were asleep I was asleep at home with my sister in the bed, double bed we had.
And your mother was there?
And my mother was there as well, of course.
And your father already left?
My father was in the camp, therefore, yes, yes. And so they did, I had made curls in my hair, and I quickly took them out just in case they came for us. You see. Unbelievable.
You had the rolls, you mean
Rolls,
the plastic?
Yeah, that's right. Unbelievable, the things you think of at that moment.
And you thought if you have to go...
I don't want those curls in my hair, yes, exactly. Yeah. But they didn't come for us that evening, thank God. Otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here. So I said to my mother, they'll come for us tomorrow or the day after. Well, what can we do? And so I said, well, we have to go in hiding. But I went to stay with Mientje and Antje, Mien and Antje. And Antje was the assistant of Wim Storm in the hospital, and Mien was in laboratories. And when the Germans started looking for Wim Storm, when he got too hot, he had to go into hiding himself. He did travel a lot and still helped people a lot, but he had to go and take away from his job. And Antje, she was only 23, Antje Holthuis took over his job as head of the genealogical department, which was a very interesting job. And the doctors had already quite a resistance movement there, which when I came there I didn't know. I knew one or two were in it, but not the movement itself. Several of the doctors came to eat often with us. And because we lived in a big canal house, you know, one of those big houses, huge front room. And after a while, they were telling stories about resistance workers who had been imprisoned. And at that time, the Germans just started to call up non-Jewish boys and girls for work in Germany. And so several of them, and also some of them who wanted to go to university had to sign a loyalty paper, loyal to the German ID. And they didn't do it, several of them, and they went into hiding then. So you had quite a lot of non-Jewish boys and girls, boys and men, who needed provision of cards and photographs and things like that. Oh
So
yes, there were many people helped. That's one of the reasons that I went as well, because I felt that so many non-Jewish people were helping, you know, and did a beautiful job. I felt it was my duty to do it as well. And on the 6th of September, they transported us to Ravensbrück. We all had to queue up to go in a big queue to the train, but I thought I'm not going, so I hid under a mattress. But my legs were still outside when the Aufseherin came and pulled me back again. And then she pushed me into the last wagon, because they were all cattle wagons. And I was put in the last wagon, which was in a way my luck, because there were only about 8 women there. And they had worked in the kitchen, so they had a big tin of food with them. So then we went to Ravensbrück for 3 days and 2 nights, and arrived there the evening of the 8th. And that was terrible, terrible. Screaming and shouting and dogs and whips. Unbelievable.